Recording.
Let's call this meeting to order for June 29th. We'll start with the roll call, Lori.
Dick Poofall,
Here.
Mike Berlin,
Here.
Gary Mertig,
Here.
Bill Metzinger,
Here.
Martin Vitek,
Here. That's president accounted for. Need a motion to approve the agenda.
Also move.
Have a second.
I'll second it.
who was the motion made by?
Made a motion to accept the agenda.
By who?
Gary.
Gary Murray and Marty Vitek seconded it.
Thank you.
Number 3, public comment period.
Do we need a motion?
Oh, he likes it.
Yeah, but do we need a vote to approve the agenda?
The agenda, yeah, probably.
Just so Lori has it. Just to approve the agenda. All in favor?
Approve the agenda.
I took it for granted you guys approved the agenda.
You never know.
Yeah. All right, we have a motion and a second on the table to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Pat.
Well, I might as well say a few things now, and mostly these are just questions, and they're partly directed to the people that are joining you today. First of all, if you consider any outside materials, is the accepting of those outside materials within the process outlined by Ashland County, and is it consistent with the guidelines as being an equal opportunity employer? And you may ask yourself, if you knew that the materials were that of a minority candidate, would you make a different decision than what you might otherwise make? Also, if you accept any outside materials related to any candidates, will that candidate be informed of that decision? And will that candidate have an opportunity to respond to that? And also, any outside materials, how can you verify that any of that information is in fact factual versus non-factual? And I can speak to that issue if you do choose to accept some outside materials, because I have more firsthand knowledge regarding that matter than anybody else in this room.
Anyone else? Okay, so no one come forward, we'll move right along. Approval of the executive meeting minutes from June 15th. Need a motion?
I will so move.
Motion by Bill Metzinger, seconded by Mike Berlin. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, say no.
Oh, in the minutes,
She said something about she wasn't in the
yeah,
minutes.
we should just correct that to add for
They
to
do
the
that to me all the time.
others.
I have no idea what was said.
What they're saying, Laura says on the minutes, she would like a correction to reflect the fact that she was in attendance at the meeting.
Okay,
Anything else? We have a motion and a second to accept the minutes.
I'll make a motion and accept the minutes as corrected.
We have a second. I'll second that. Seconded by Mike Berlin. Motion made by Bill Metzinger. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Thank you. Now we're going to closed session. Do you want to make a motion?
I move we go into closed session.
Okay, Vitek made a motion, going to closed session, seconded by Mike Berlin. All in favor, say aye.
Got to do a roll call vote.
who made the motion? Who made the motion?
Marty Vitek.
Okay, roll call, Dick Poofall,
Yeah.
Mike Berlin,
Yes.
Gary Mertig,
Yes.
Bill Metzinger,
Yes.
Marty Vitek.
Yes.
Okay, hold on one moment. Okay, we are recording.
It's just saying for any on the staters and let them figure that out.
All right, go ahead, Deb. We're recording now, so we can finish the meeting.
Sorry, what?
We're gonna finish the meeting. We're recording now.
We're back in open session.
I'm looking for my paperwork.
You're gonna, oh,
This kid. 50 pounds of paper, got a lot.
so you want to make a motion? Dick,
I'll make a motion that we give $400 plus 2 nights lodging,
one night lodging?
1 night,
I think one thing is.
1 night plus 1 night lodging for the out-of-state applicants for the job.
What about the in-state?
The lodging would be for all candidates, all finalists.
All finalists?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that for 2 people?
Can't go back.
No,
Is that 2 people?
no, it's all the candidates.
All candidates, because they have to stay overnight, they can't go back and forth.
But here's, can I
Go ahead.
ask a question? If we're only paying for one night, if somebody's flying into Duluth and Dry's here, that they gotta get here the night before. And then we're gonna have a long day for them. I don't know if they're flying back that night. I don't know what their arrangements are. They could, but should we give them a window of opportunity up to 2 nights? Because they're gonna be here first thing in the morning.
Because you don't know how the flights are gonna go on, if they're loose or not, like O'Hare.
Right.
They're gonna have to be here 2:30 on Thursday, and they're gonna be here till about noon on Friday, when they're gonna be dismissed, so that's their window, they're gonna be here about a day. Obviously, they have to stay overnight.
Right.
Thursday night, now whether or not, if they have to stay another night, I don't know, I mean.
One night's fine. That's-
Like the question. On, okay, Thursday and Friday, we're going to have interviews and stuff. Then the final one for the county board, they have to come back
No, they would do that remotely,
remotely. Okay.
unless you pick a candidate and that person wants to drive here on their own. Something that happens, you wanna meet full board or whatever. I don't know when you hired a clerk if that happened, but typically that's not done, the candidate is not in person when you hire them, typically.
Could we possibly have 2 separate motions here? One for the firm to contact the top 4 applicants and a second motion to give them their lodging or whatever we're going to do? Just so it's very clear.
That would be great. Okay,
Yeah,
I will make that clear that the out-of-state applicants be given $400 plus 1 night lodging. And the other applicants get 1 night lodging.
This is Supervisor Murdock. I'll second that.
you're giving them 1 night?
1 night.
They're coming from
Two
Texas.
motions first to contact the candidates.
Well, that'd be your second.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so the one,
How are they gonna do that if they're coming from Texas?
Part of it is they're gonna have to pay for part of this themselves, I mean, there's an opportunity cost for them.
we'll see if they want the job.
Right. I mean, I don't think it's out of the ordinary, they're gonna have to pay some cost to come back. You know.
I got one night when I went to Oregon, I actually spent 3 or 4 days out there, because I wanted to see, did I want to work there also?
Got a motion and a second.
Yep.
Motion and a second,
I have a motion and a second on the table, give them 1 night lodging, right?
correct?
Read the motion again.
$400 plus 1 night lodging for out-of-state applicants and 1 night of lodging for in-state applicants.
Okay, the motion, we have a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries, thank you.
you want to make the second?
No, you go ahead. I talked enough.
Okay, so we want a motion to allow the search firm to contact the 4 finalists,
Well, I would say contact
the 5.
Five.
5. Okay, contact the 5 finalists as soon as possible, because
And name our firm so it's in the motions. It's Public Administration Associates.
Okay,
So,
so we're asking Public Administration Associates to contact the 5 finalists as soon as possible.
And to arrange for their trip.
Okay.
To arrange for
And
the
to-
assessment center.
And to arrange their trip to the county.
Yeah, to the county.
Why do we have to do that?
What's that?
Wouldn't they just be doing that on their own?
I think you should have a motion so that at some point, if somebody asks, what action did you take? Well, we named the finalists, you know, and Clark, I'm sure can handle giving information to those who want to know who the finalists are, because at this point, it is no longer confidential. You have an obligation under the open meetings law open records law to release the names of the finalists upon request.
Burdick made the motion, Marty seconded it.
Thank you, because I did not hear that part.
Do we have to list the finalists so that it's for open records?
I don't believe we do.
Okay.
And Lori, you know what the motion is?
I do. I even know who it was made by.
Maybe you dozed off, we've been here for a while. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries, thank you. I hope you don't have to like the administrator update.
Oh, I got some good information for you. Actually, the only, I just one quick thing. As you know, the census issue with the state is tied up because of the federal census data is not here. I just want the executive committee to know I'll be working with Chairman Kufal to name a census redistricting committee. And that will be ratified by the county board on the 20th. And if anybody's interested in serving on that committee, typically it's the chairperson, county administrator, GIS coordinator, land description, and maybe 1 or 2 county board members if they're interested. They just give direction, and then the staff carry out the duties. So basically, and then they ratify it, bring it back to county board. So we want to be prepared, even though the census data is not here. No action is required by this committee. I just want you to be aware of this action, which I'll be partaking in. That's my administrator update.
Thank you. Next meeting date.
Next meeting date is going to be on
July 8th.
July 9th at 8 AM.
What about this meeting on July 8th?
So that's going to be a county board meeting at 4 PM. With basically this meet and greet with the candidates. So that's gonna be 4 to 6 PM. There'll be a public meeting. We will, do a regular notice, but you're gonna be split up into 4 separate rooms in order to interact, and we will individually, I'm gonna have the clerk's office call each county board member because people don't tend to read their emails. And I will make sure that the county board can show up for that meeting on the 8th, because I think it's important to get buy-in from the county board in this process. Yes.
Now, if someone asks us if who the finalists are, is that open or not?
Not yet.
It is open records as of now because we basically named the finalists in per state law. 5 people that are selected from a group of people in a public setting are finalists, regardless if you don't even use the term. If you don't use the term finalist, they're still finalists at 5 and under.
So we can release it. Okay.
Next thing on the agenda is a motion to adjourn.
I guess I will make that motion.
Anybody interested in going home?
Hold on a second. Already, July 8th, it's 4 to 6 PM,
That's county board.
county board.
July 8th, 4 to 6 PM, county board meeting, meeting great candidates, executive committee, July 9th, 8 AM. Bring your breakfast.
8 AM.
8 AM, because you got 4 candidates, and you're gonna have an hour-long interview with each one. Or a 50-minute interview, probably. 8 AM, July 9th.
Now, is that meeting going to be in closed session or open?
They'll be in closed session also because you're interviewing candidates for and consideration for a public office
On the night?
on the 9th. The meeting on the 8th, again, will be an open meeting for public to come if they want to see the candidates. If they want to check. Any other questions?
No,
See on the agenda is a motion to adjourn.
I made that motion.
I'll second it.
Oh, you don't want to stay?
No.
Oh, okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 No.
Aye. Marty, you want to stay?